welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you guys how to make this very easy dress. So guys, the first thing I did here is to fold my fabric into two. So I have this first one folded into two here, you see, and then I have the second one also folded into two like this. The width I have here is just, so the width of this is the front panel, the one with the extra 1 inch is the back panel. So the front panel is just my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5. My hip is 42, divided by 4 is 12, plus 1.5 is going to be 13.5. So that's the width of this fabric here. So now the next thing I'm going to do is, so the back panel is wider by like 1 inch for the zipper. So now I'm going to go up to the shoulder here and insert my shoulder divided by 2, which is going to be 8. And then on that point I'm going to come down by 1 inch of shoulder slope. And then I'm going to insert my armhole divided by 6, sorry, my bust divided by 6 plus 1.5, or you can do your armhole divided by 2. So that's how you're going to get the measurement for this part here. So I'm going to just mark mine here. And then I'm going to connect it all the way to the top like this. So once you've done that, you're going to come down here and insert your bust measurement divided by 4. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it. And then I'm going to add my seam allowance. And then go back here now, and then I'm going to insert 3 inches of neck width. And then I'm going to connect it all like this, the shoulder slope. And then once this is done, the next thing you're going to mark here is just 3 inches of neck depth for the front, 1 inch for the back. So for here, this is my front neckline, and then 1 inch for the back neckline, which is this one here, just like this. And then once that is done, the next thing I'm going to do is just to go from this upper part. So you're also going to go ahead and connect your bust here, the curve here, and then I'm going to come down to the waist, and then I'm going to do so what I have here is my shoulder to waist at 17.5. So I'm going to go ahead and divide my waist measurement by 4, and then I'm going to add 2 inches to it, 1 inch of that in 1 inch of seam allowance. So, and then after that you're going to come down to your hip and do your hip measurement divided by 4. So mark that, and then plus 1.5 of seam allowance. So from here now I'm going to connect all the way to this point here to here, and then I'm going to do from here to here, just like that. And then guys, this lower part here, because I'm not going to be making it pencil, because if you look at it, it's just free from down here. So you see, I'm not going to take away anything from this bottom part. I'm just going to leave it straight the way it is all the way down. So guys, another thing I would even advise is, if you look at her own, you see is a little bit free by the hip. So you can do your hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5. Use 1 inch for your seam allowance, and then use half an inch for ease. The ease is only at the hip. If you look at her clothes, you see that it's fitted at the bust, fitted at the waist, but at the hip, it just has like a little bit of ease to it. So that's why I said like half an inch can just serve as the ease there, or 0.25. Just don't make it too fitted at the hip, and keep your hand straight. It's like you're making a straight skirt instead of doing like 1 inch, coming in here 1 inch and connecting it all the way to this point. So guys, in case you're wondering the length I used here, so I want my dress to be 38, right, for my shoulder to 38 inches above my knee. And then so this part of this dress, I want it to be 32. So if I subtract this from this, I'm going to be left with 6 inches for the length of my ruffle, the black part. So that will be 6 inches for that length. But if you want, you can do 39 for your from your shoulder to above your knee. It just depends on you. So just measure from your shoulder to above your knee, wherever you want the length of the dress to be, and then you're going to measure where you want the black part to be, right? Once you measure that, which is this one for me, so my dress length is 38. I want the black the body, the main akara part, to be 32. And then if I subtract this from this, I will be left with 6 inches. So the black part will be 6 inches. But to this 32, which is the length of this one here, I'm going to add 1 inch to it, right? Which made it 33. This is because I need half an inch to join this part here to the black, and then I need half an inch to join this part here to the shoulder. So that's why I have 33 here instead of 32. So the 1 inch is for seam allowance. So once that is done, come into your waist here. We're just going to give it a basic dart. I'm going to mark half an inch. My my nipple to nipple divided by 2 plus half an inch. I've marked it here. Do the same on this other line here. And then I'm going to go up here and mark my shoulder to my nipple line, which is somewhere here. And then from this point here, I'm also going to bring that 4.5 and mark it here. And then I'm going to connect all together, just like this. And then I'm going to mark half an inch on this side, half an inch on this other side. Connect it from here, 2 inches before this end of this line. So this is going to be my dart here. And then at the top here, I'm going to just connect it just like this. You see? So this dart here, I'm going to transfer it on all the sides. So I'm going to transfer it on this other side of the front and then on this side of the back. But the one for the back, the dart for the back is going to be exactly everything I marked here, except it's going to extend all the way to the armhole line, all the way to this line here. You understand? So my dart at the back is going to be exactly everything I did in front, except instead of going up to the nipple line, it's going to go up to this my armhole line. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer it, but before that, let's go ahead and cut. So I'm going to cut the neckline, shoulder slope, armhole, this part here, and then all the way down. So now that I've cut out everything, one thing I'm going to do is at this front part here, I'm going to go in here by half an inch, this armhole here, and then just connect it this way. This, I'm going to cut this out. This is going to help my sleeve not to bulk up in front. So I'm just going to cut this bit out here from the front armhole, just the front. I'm not cutting it at the front and the back, you see. I've cut it out here, just in front. So now that is done, the next thing we are going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and separate the two. And then I'm going to go ahead and transfer my darts on the 2 sides of the front and then the 2 sides of the back. So guys, this is it here. I've gone ahead and transferred the darts just so I know where the lines are supposed to fall, you see. And then now the next thing I'm going to do is we are going to open this here, and then you're going to pick a side where you want your, let me turn it on the other side so I don't confuse you. So you're going to pick a side where you want the, let me remove the back. So pick a side where you want the thing, the opening, the keyhole by the shoulder to be. So let's say I decide to use this side. So I'm not sure what side this is, but let's say I decided to use this side. So what I'm going to do is just to mark a straight line by the center here, just like this. I'm not going to make mine that open. So this line is about, I don't want mine too wide, right? It depends on you how wide you want yours, right? So I have about 6.5 here. I don't know if that is too much, but let me just go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a curve on this side like this, and then I'm going to also give it a curve on this side, like just try to make a circle here, not really a circle, like a curve, right? So I'm going to just maybe if you get it like this, you can use maybe one side of your curved ruler to give it just like a curve on this side, connect it to this point, and then turn around your curved ruler again and then connect it on this other side. You understand? Just this way, just like this. This is what I'm trying to do here. But if you want, you can bring yours further down, but I don't want to do that. I'm okay with this point here, because you still have to put into consideration that you will take away half an inch when you're done. You understand? So half an inch will still be taken out of this here. Or if you want, you can even just fold it into 2 like this and then just cut it out. You understand? So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it straight down like this, and then I'm going to cut out the inside of this, just like this. Guys, all you're doing here is just to make this curve. You can do whatever you want with yours. You can bring it down and come down all the way on top of your bust. It depends on you, but I feel like this is okay for me. I don't want to do too much with it. I don't want to split it too wide. This is okay. All right, I'm okay with this here. So this is okay for me, like this. So another thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, if you want, you can use lining to turn over the whole dress, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to get a facing and turn over just this part of it, because I'm going to be using bias to turn the neckline. I don't want to use lining for the whole dress. So what I'm going to do is just get like a piece of cloth like this, and then pin it down at the bottom, pin it down at the top, right? And then turn it around and trace out this circle part of it here, right? Trace out this circle part of it, so that way I can also go ahead and cut it out. Or if you want, you can even put it at the bottom part like this. You see what I'm doing? I'm facing it right side facing each other, and then I'm going to take it like this and place it just this way on this here. And then I'm going to mark out the same thing that I cut out initially. So just like how it is now. Make sure that the fabric underneath it is enough and can flip over when you're done, right? So this is what I have here. So let me go ahead and pin it at the bottom part here. Make sure you have enough fabric, guys. Pin it down here, and then maybe you can also pin it at this upper part here. So that way you see the right side of this thing is also facing the right side of this one here. So now that is done, I'm going to just go in here and trace this out. And once I finish tracing it out, I'm going to go ahead and sew it down with using 1/2 inch. That way I'm sure I'm done with this side already. And then once it's done like this, I'm also going to go ahead and trace out the shoulder, so that I'm not going to make any mistake with that. So you also have to maintain the shoulder slope on this here. You see, I cut that out. So now the next thing you're going to do is, I'm going to go to my sewing machine now and use 1/2 inch to sew all this side like this, just like this, all this side like this. And then I'm going to trim off the excess, notch it all over. Once I finish sewing it, I'm going to trim off the excess, notch it, and then I'm going to turn this inside out. You understand? I'm going to turn it inside out. That way it will give it a clean finish on the inside. Then I can go ahead and join the shoulder to the shoulder, join start to do my bias and every other thing. But let's go ahead and finish up this part first. Yeah. So guys, this is it here. You see, I've turned it over. So you see, I just ironed this and turned it around, and then I used the stay to iron it down so it sticks to this part here. So the glue thing. So this is what it looks like right now. You see? This is what this side looks like. So all I have to do is just to take the back panel, and then I'm going to join it over just like this. On this side of the shoulder, I'm going to join this one, and then on this other side of the shoulder, I'm going to join this other one too. So so guys, now you see what I'm saying. You're going to take this here, join this shoulder together like this, sew it down. On this side that has this here, how you're going to gauge the opening between this is that you're going to make sure that the end of this part here starts with the end of this part here. You understand? Like when you're joining it, the end of this part here, they start together, and then the beginning of this part with the neckline also starts together. That way whatever you're left in between there is like the opening that is supposed to be there. Because if you say to put it this way now, you see that some part of this is coming out here because this fabric is like moving towards this direction. But if you use this back panel to gauge it, so you start it with the parts where this back panel neckline starts, and then end it with the parts where this ending of the armholes ends. So I'm going to go ahead and join mine together and add all the 4 darts, and then we'll come back, cut this sleeve so that we can attach it to it. So guys, you see what this looks like right now. So you see, this is it here. I've joined it to the shoulder, and then this is the other side of the shoulder. I've also gone ahead and picked all my darts, 2 in front, 2 at the back. So guys, this depends, so this is my sleeve, and it depends on the length you want. So what I have here is about I have about 12 inches here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come down here by 1.5. You can do 2 inches, but I don't really like that look of the puffiness on top. So ideally you should do 2 inches, right? So you mark 2 inches down from this point here, and then you're going to put in your cap height, which is going to be 4 inches, right? And then after that, this is going to be, this part here is going to be the length of the sleeve, but this here is going to be for the puffiness. So what you're going to do, the width I have here is about 11. So you're going to go, or you can just do your bust measurement, sorry, your armhole divided by 2 plus maybe 1 inch or 1.5. So that's how you're going to get the width. After that, you're going to connect from this point of this here all the way to this here. Find halfway through this line, and then you're going to give it a curve below like this. But instead of this curve above like we normally do to make our normal sleeve, because everything from underneath this line, after these 2 inches that we came down by, everything from this point is still our basic sleeve. But you know, when you're making a puffy sleeve, you have to add fabric at the top, which is these 2 inches that we added here. So these 2 inches here is going to, I'm just going to take from this half of this line here, and then I'm going to take it up to the top from this point here. So this is how you cut a puffy sleeve. So you see, this upper part here is going to be the puffy sleeve. So now the next thing you're going to do is at this bottom part here, you're going to insert your arm width divided by 2, whatever that is, mark it, right? And then add 1 inch of sewing allowance. And then you're going to connect from this point here all the way to this point. So now we're going to be cutting this out all the way to the top like this. So guys, this is it here. You see, I cut out everything from this point and then down. So all I have to do is each one I get, you see, I have 2 of it here, right? 1, 2. I'm going to first go ahead and fold the end of my sleeve like this, like how you normally fold the end of your clothes. And then I'm going to take this part here, and then I'm going to gather it, right? You're going to give it some pleat at this upper part here, and then add it as normal sleeve, right? So if you want, you can start by the end here, and then just sew it all the way. But getting to this top part here, you gather whatever is left at the top part here, and then do the same on the other side too. Once you're done, you close up your sleeve all the way. So guys, you see the dress is coming together. So I've gone ahead, joined the sleeve, and then closed up the side all the way down. So guys, if you would want more of this puffiness at the top of this part here, you would want to do 2 inches or 2.5. That way you can get more of that pointy thing at the top here, pointy puffy thing here. So now the next thing is to make my to join the bottom part to this here. So it depends on you how many inches you want to use to complete yours. Like I said, mine was 6 inches. So when cutting it, I'll cut 7.5. So that 7.5 will help to complete the length. 7.5 is because I need 1 inch to fold the end, and then 1/2 inch to join it to this part. So whatever length you decide for the black part to be, you need to add 1.5 to it to complete it. So 1 inch of it is going to fold the end like how this is already folded, and 1/2 inch of it is going to be to join this part to it. So how you're going to calculate the width that you're going to use all the way is you're going to start from one side of the end here and measure all the way and come back to the other side of the end here. Whatever you get, you can do times 2.5 of that. That would help you get enough fabric to be able to pleat it with. So as you can see, mine is folded into 4. That is a lot of, this is also still folded into 2. So I've cut out what I need. I'm going to use it now to make a pleat at the end of this. So how I'm going to make the pleat is, as you can see, I've already folded the end of my clothes, right? So all I have to do is just to take one end of this here. I'm going to just open this up like this, and then I'm going to just take one end of this like this, place it on my sewing machine like this, and then I'm just going to keep pleating it. Pinch it, fold it down, pinch it, fold it down, pinch it, fold it down, pinch it, fold it down like this, like. And then I'm going to make a stitch using 1/2 inch all the way till the other side till I get to the other end of the clothes. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a zipper at the back, and that will be it. And if you look at it here, you'd also see that I've gone ahead and used bias for the neckline. You see my bias on the neckline already. So everything is ready, just that I need to put that at the bottom, and then I'll add my zip. I've added my pleats to the bottom here, and you see everything remains straight on the side. I didn't curve it in like a pencil dress. And then this is the back here. You see, it has a zipper, and then it has that part here. If I open it up now, I want you to see this part of this here. So you see, everything is laying flat out. You see that I ironed it down perfectly, so it's not coming back out again. If you want, you can use lining like I said, but I just preferred this here, and then I use bias to finish the neckline. So guys, this is it here. I'm done, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.